Друзі, радий всіх вітати. Сьогодні ми в MacPaw
to welcome everyone here at MacPaw Space. I am Illia. I will be your host today. All the logistics issues, anything you can be interested in, please ask your questions. You were also explained the security requirements at the entrance, and please follow them. We are going to discuss innovations with different people who are engaged in innovations in science, sports, technological business. We are going to start in just a minute or two. I will just explain that we also have an ambitious goal today. Together with the charity foundation Come Back Alive, we are going to collect funds for some equipment today. We are going to have some auctions today, and I believe you will be glad to win a racket signed by a very well-known athlete, and we also have a ball also signed by the same athlete. All of this is here to support the armed forces of Ukraine. Let's hear from Mr. Kosovan. Hello. Hello everyone, I'm glad to welcome you here at this event. It's awesome to see representatives of different industries, cultures, sports, technologies, business, and military, maybe. Why is this important? Today we intend to discuss innovations, and I believe innovations cannot happen in vacuum. They are happening at the crossroads of different industries and technologies. AI plus health, AI plus engineering, AI plus tech. And we get the opportunity to consider a problem from a different standpoint, and this is what brings in innovation. It's very important, I believe, to have this communication between different groups sharing the experience and approaches to the challenges at hand. Speaking of Ukrainian innovation specifically, I believe that Ukraine is hugely underestimated around the world. And to show the actual history behind our innovations, we have established the Innovation in Isolation project. This is a book intended to present the actual history of Ukraine with its contribution to IT software, and it's a story very different from the story presented by Moscow on our behalf. So this is a market, this book is intended on the Western market for them to know where this world-changing talent is coming from. Innovations are important, and today we are watching 24/7 how the war is unfolding. No one could believe we could stand against such a strong enemy, but thanks to the innovations, we are able to change history. We are coming up to cheap solutions to complex problems such as FPV drones, software innovations, And this is how we are changing the course of history. It's very important to keep going, united, and support innovations. Sometimes very simple things, sometimes very fundamental developments. I welcome you here. I am glad to see every one of you, and I hope you will join your efforts to collect money for the medical evacuation teams. Thank you, Oleksandr, and I will now invite our other speakers. The most esteemed tennis player of Ukraine, Elina Svitolina, Bozhena, the practitioner of design thinking, who is the director of master course in the United Kingdom University. So I believe she is very strong in what she is doing. Also, as mentioned before, we have with us the founder of MacPaw, Mr. Oleksandr Kosovan, and there is one more guest who is going to join us soon. She is still in traffic jams because of some very important meeting in Kiev right now. So let's start this conversation, and after that we will have a great auction and I will be counting your money. At some point I had a podcast, I will count your money. That's exactly what I'm intending to do today, and hopefully you have enough cash with you if your bank is not available after hours. So I have a couple of questions. Please answer honestly, openly, and briefly. Oleksandr, what do you think about iPhone 16? It's a joke. You shouldn't answer, actually. Yeah, I'm skipping this question. And the new Huawei phone, yeah? Okay, another question. Something that is of much interest to each and every one of you, since you are representing different fields of human activity. What are the greatest innovations that have impressed you over the last year? Thank you. I will be Captain Obvious, but of course, artificial intelligence. That's the thing. I am a huge believer in artificial intelligence. We are at the verge of technological revolution, which changes the world for better, I believe. But of course, there are always some evil actors who are going to use every invention for evil purposes. But for humanity, that's a huge leap ahead that will support people in becoming more personalized, having their needs met, and addressing the tasks we had to spend a lot of time addressing. Right now, you don't have to study for years to create some simple piece of code. Of course, people are still in high demand. People are here to ask the right questions for the artificial intelligence to give us answers. And for this, we need to have some education, some understanding. Of course, AI is not substituting people, it's helping them. And what about sports? Let's hear from Ina. Hello, everyone. I am glad to be here with you. Speaking of sports, and tennis in particular, that's a game with a long history. We are not changing fast. It is only recently that we had some digital lines implemented, so we sometimes can do without referees. All is done digitally with some digital equipment that would measure the movement of the ball very precisely, showing every mistakes we make with very high precision. Sometimes you are gaining some points and it feels great. Sometimes you are losing points and it feels terrible, and you can lose a match because of this very precise equipment. Well, these digital tools are very accurate, and yeah, they will be very sincere with you when you have had an out. So yeah, I would sometimes prefer to have those referees because they are making their contribution. Yeah, some human factor in there. So some aspects in sports are awesome, such as virtual reality. I believe it is great, it is helpful, although we also can see in soccer that sometimes we now have offsides instead of goals in the virtual reality. Lots of such plays we can see. Yeah, and it's quite sad because I believe if there was an actual referee, they would actually count this goal, because when it's an issue of millimeters, well, this is something that surely is a clear goal, and so there are some examples like this. Yeah, let's hear from Bozhena. Well, I don't know what's worse than Captain Obvious. Yeah, you can say I'm gonna be the second Captain Obvious. Okay, let me put it this way. What is the impact of AI on research and collaboration between researchers and scientists and academia? What is the impact of AI on education and science? Very importantly, there is an issue of ethics. There is a very human-focused aspect in the use of AI. There is cooperation between scholars who are working together to create meaningful content. In some publications, AI is one of the co-authors, and it is being explicitly mentioned. This is a change in the process of research and scientific publishing a lot. This is changing the very operation of scientific institutions. Right now, the entire fabric and paradigm is changing in terms of how we build scientific communities and work with each other. Yeah, I would like to hear briefly what is impressing you in other fields. I, for instance, recently understood how chips are important for this world. Like, let's say, NVIDIA, I would be very wise if I had invested in them like 10 years ago. So, of course, AI is not happening without that. But what new updates in technologies are impressing you most? Let's hear from Oleksandr. Yeah, I immediately think about health tech. Also, a big area in technology, but that's an entirely new approach to human activity, the different parameters of environment and sports impacting our health. That's a really great way to improve one's lifestyle. That's a really great way to improve, and it can have a considerable impact on the quality of life of many people. I was impressed by the application for the support of mental health. You can talk to AI, and it's very important. It's a great application. It has such an application, and I have tested it already. I believe it's awesome, and very important for every one of us. We understand how difficult life is for every Ukrainian and every child. I live in the very center of the United Kingdom. We have a Land Rover, Jaguar, and other car manufacturers all around the place, and the electric cars and also the energy storage technologies are growing for the purposes of mobility and transport. Lots of new plants are emerging. And yes, we also recently had a branch Ukraine study, and it showed that Ukraine is known for its sports innovations and technologies. Is it true? Is Ukraine truly so richly represented around the world in these specific fields? Bozhena and Elina, you are traveling a lot around Ukraine. What are the first things you can think about when I ask this question? First and foremost, Diia ecosystem. That's something that is well known all around the world. Many Ukrainians in the UK are also working to advocate this issue, to make this issue even more visible and understandable, not only from the standpoint of a regular citizen, but also from the research standpoint. There are great collaborations between the Ukrainian and UK governments, so this is a big area. And also, I believe, in the academia, we also have many people following the progress of this full-scale war we are having here in Ukraine, and also they are paying attention how the military and business are quickly working together to grow military tech, and many people are proud of these accomplishments. And before I give the floor to the next speaker, let me present someone who represents especially knowing that they will go up. So let's instead hear about Ukraine on the map of innovations. Well, I believe many people are thinking about IT, and many companies I have worked with, many companies I know about. Of course, they exemplify how important this sector is, and also sports. Of course, we have great athletes representing our country, and I know many of them. This is a great motivation, and even the Olympic and Paralympic athletes, they represent our country internationally, and they do this really wonderfully, and that's something I can speak of. Actually, Ukrainian Olympic and Paralympic representation did great at the Olympics. So, for instance, our Paralympic team is in the world's top 10. Yeah, they are awesome. And on top of what has been mentioned, but yeah, please stop speaking about AI. Okay, something sad here. Unfortunately, Ukraine is leading in talent experts. Over the last 3 years, 7 million talented people have left Ukraine. And if we consider a longer period of 100 years, we have lost many talented Ukrainians who become well-known all around the world, but not in Ukraine. So this is sad, but but we can change this dynamics if we create conditions here within this country to make sure that people can fully implement their potential here. Let's hear from Nataliia. I have two important dimensions to speak of, something that we are focusing on today. We need to understand what makes Ukraine well known around the globe. Well, right now, unfortunately, it's the war that makes us the topic of everyone's discussions. And it's our athletes who make Ukraine popular as well, and praise to them for doing this, because they are promoting not only themselves but also our country, and also the designers. We recently had the Ukrainian Fashion Week, and it's another kind of resilience, and also the Ukrainian business. When I am visiting any events abroad and someone mentions the word resilience, meaning that they are resilient, I can only laugh, because here in Ukraine there can be an air raid alert and some UAV and some missile strike while you are working, and what we keep going, and that's real resilience. And under these conditions we managed to create new awesome innovative products, and this is something we offer to the global markets. If we consider some new industries such as milk tech or defense tech, something that potentially can become a dual-use technology as well, and be used in peaceful life as well. These innovations, including innovations in sports, I believe that's something important, and especially as regards to the internal resources, Ukraine's technological business is leading, but also Ukrainian science. That's something crucial as well, even during the war. Without science, we would not have innovations, and this is why science is very important. Yesterday we had a great discussion, and Oleksandr was participating. Yeah. It was a heated discussion, but it was awesome. Not too heated, but it is quite understandable that our science is becoming applied science. And not always is it meeting the requirements of business, although there is a huge demand among the universities to have us, business people, at least as practitioners, lecturers, because, well, they need real people to talk to students. So the sports, the creative industries, our businesses, and the technological things that are being developed for us, and the wonderful armed forces of Ukraine, all of them are working in this ecosystem, and they are a great inspiration. By the way, we will have a great auction here to support 3.2 million hryvnias for the armed forces of Ukraine. But let's come back to you, Irina, since we are in MacPaw space. Here is a question about Apple. Apple Design Awards is given to an application for tennis. So, what applications have emerged recently? Is there something that you have started using in your sports life? Yes, we have a great application. One can have it associated with one's tennis court, and you can check the percentage of your successful moves. You know what to work on. There is also the percentage of hits that were great, that have given you a victory. And these are little tidbits of data that make you more confident in the play. You can see the quality of your hits, and you can see some areas for development. So this is something thanks to which you are becoming a better athlete, because, well, one can play tennis for pleasure without too much thinking of this, but there is a tiny percentage of people who are playing a very advanced game, and for them this tiny detail is crucial for the victory in the future. These tiny angles that need to be improved to become a winner. And can we actually say that one cannot succeed in professional sports without these technological innovations? Yes, this is probably true. This tiny percentage of improvement, this is what makes you a top 10, top 20 player in the rankings. And this is something that changes the level of training entirely. And I believe this is something that supports one in becoming a high-level player, and you can compete against other players who are also working hard to become better.